Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this Friday morning. Got a big show lined up, a big fishing forecast for today, and some prizes to give away. But first, let's get started with our weather. Brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard and hard-working crew, taking care of everyday comfort needs. High today, 89, low 74. Water temperature at the end of the pier, 88 degrees. Let's take a look at our river readings brought to us by Mountain Dew. Get outside and do. We're looking at the Apalachicola at Bluntstown. It's identical to yesterday. 3.2 is going to be the same way tomorrow. 3.2, what we call steady. It's got a very, very slight drop. You won't be able to tell it the next couple of days, so it's in really good shape for this weekend. The Choctaw at Carabelle, this reading this morning is a 2.8. So that's about where they were about a month ago. Then we had all that rain coming in that went up, and now they're back down to a normal summertime reading. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Today is Friday, August the 5th. We're in the first weekend of August. Decent tide today, but we talked about the outgoing tide tomorrow. Have a strong outgoing tide tomorrow, so you know, fish accordingly as to where you're going to be and what bait you're going to use. But again, it's going to be a really good outgoing tide. Flounder will be biting on the edges of those cuts. Also, like I said before, the redfish, and we'll cover that later in the fishing report. But it can be a very good weekend fishing. Also, keep in mind, let's see, it was Wednesday afternoon. The storm didn't come up. We had some really high winds that came in all of a sudden. I don't know if you were outdoors, it was maybe 2-ish or 3-ish. But I noticed it myself, and several other people commented on social media about how it just came up. And a lot of times, you're always looking for the clouds, and then all of a sudden the wind comes up without the clouds, and what it is just those currents. But if you've been in a small boat, you would have noticed it. So just be aware of weather conditions. I know I talk about them a lot, maybe talk about them too much here, but I just feel very strong about weather conditions because we can't control it, and a lot of times we're definitely at the mercy of the weather when we're out on the water. Let's go and do our fishing game time today, since we're doing it at the end. Won't be able to get to them. Brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers, 5:31 to 7:31 this morning, and this afternoon 5:56 to 7:56. Let's take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I want to take a look at some pictures, always some interesting things y'all send in. So let's take a look at this one first. This is Colby Sims, lived up the road from me. Colby had gone out fishing, had a nice red grouper, sent this picture in, and you can see a big chunk had been taken out of it. So I said, whoa, what happened? They said 2 bull sharks bit it right under the boat. I was not able to bring them up fast enough, and that's what you try to do. You know the sharks are around. You try to, once you get them on, you really try to get them up fast as you can. So that's still a nice job there, Colby. Okay, next picture, Will Nelson. He's continuing bass fishing, he's been fishing all summer. He won the other night. That's a 17.7, and the lunker was 7.3. Good job, Will. That for summertime bass fishing, that's what you expect to see, and Will's kind of guy that's going to catch something like that. Good job, Will. And thank you for doing all that time in all the tournaments. Don't forget that we got the big leaving today for we headed to Carabelle, and this will be our tournament. Weigh in, you come watch the weigh in, and then also, like I said, you want to buy some tickets to the golf cart raffle, and the drawing will be held August the 7th. That'll be Sunday. Okay. Let's see. I got a couple other things. One thing I was telling you, I was talking about yesterday. I was looking up, trying to find some information on. This is humorous. I went to the FWC website. I was trying to find some information on fishermen's rights. So I typed it in, and hit search, and then it gave me the right whales. So anyway, but I want to talk a little bit about the fisherman rights. It works both ways, and the thing about it, if you get a chance to let me go and draw this up. It works both ways. We have a right as fishermen, like we talked about yesterday. We sort of, it's illegal to harass fishermen. At the same time, we as fishermen, we can't take up the whole beach, and I'll use a perfect example of last month when Wendy came down with some friends to stay at our place down there at the Cape. The friends had little kids out, and they went out to the beach, and let me see if I can get this up. They went out to the beach, and here, so okay, here we go. Here's the shoreline right here. Okay, so they went out to the beach, and their fisherman had 1, 2, 3, and then his buddy had 1, 2, 3, and then another buddy down here. They had the whole area lined up. It went about 50 yards. She said. I actually went down the next weekend to see, and the guy was actually from Georgia, honestly, and I talked. He honestly didn't know any better. He rented that beachfront house for a lot of money. He thought he could fish in front of it, which he could, but he had it out there all day. And I told him it was a good idea to just get out there early, fish a couple of hours, and let other folks swim. And he understood, but it works both ways. We can't spread out, so that's what I want to show you. That's a big no-no right there. You don't want to do that. Okay, so with that being said, I got tickled. We don't have many cases a month anymore since we don't have any FWC input. But I found one I want to read you, and it was I got a kick out of it. I think you will enjoy it. I'm just going to read this to you. This is over here in Pensacola. This is when we used to do case of the month, when Travis Bassford would come on, and we'd all just roll our eyes and in amazement. So I'm going to read this one to you. Last month sometime. Officer Bauer and Cushion were on patrol near Fort Pickens, right there at Pensacola. They heard a vessel in the distance. It was unusual for a vessel to be out. It was late at night and it was storming. So when you hear that, you know, something that sort of sets off the red light. The officers observed the vessel navigate into the intercoastal waterway without navigational lights. That's another warning sign to give away. And had several fishing poles on the vessel. So of course they stopped it. The operator was the only occupant on board the vessel and stated he caught multiple fish. He showed the officers the legal fish. During the marine fishery inspection, a bag of fish fillets were located hidden on the vessel. The operator showed multiple signs of impairment, and the officers observed 19 empty beer cans on board the vessel. The operator admitted to drinking 10 beers. The operator was placed under arrest and charged with operating without normal faculties, while normal faculties impaired, issued a notice to appear. Also, he refused a breath analysis and all that. So anyway, we always want to be aware of those kind of things happening. I don't, you know, I'm still continuing to be amazed when this happens. But anyway, I appreciate the officers taking care of it, and we want to make sure we're not around people like that. If you see people like that, certainly turn them in. And it goes on way too much. Okay, all right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Glad you're with us. I want to one more time mention that the 2 weeks from tonight we have the local Bay County Longbeards Hunting Heritage Banquet. It'll be, and we'll talk more about that. We're going to Ken Paramore to come on next week, and maybe Stan to come with him, but I just wanted to be aware of that. But speaking of turkeys, I had heard this, and I wanted to, I've done a little bit of research on it. I talked to a good friend of mine who's one of those beautiful, excellent turkey hunters as far as just loving the outdoors and loving the beauty of the outdoors is what I was getting at. And just, he really dedicated his life to turkey hunting. He was telling me the other day about an Auburn study that they're having trouble finding some, the turkey population seems to be undergoing a decrease, and they were doing a study on it, and the study was sort of not showing promising results. And also, so I looked up National Wild Turkey, and they're doing the same thing out in Texas. They're doing a study. Here it is right here, their newsletter. New research to address declines linked to roost sites because of logging and different things. I read some of it. Of course, you know how these college studies are. They're pretty extensive at times. So I wanted to just let you be aware of it. I don't know, and also the FWC, and they haven't, again, haven't sent word to us, but I've read where they want to, if you see a turkey, let them know. If you see turkeys, remember they did that a while back with skunks. If you were seeing skunks, you'll let them know about the skunks, and wanted to make sure. I started thinking we hadn't seen a lot of skunks, and we just haven't seen many, even since the study. So here's the situation with the turkeys too. So also next year, keep in mind it's a new thing, like we have in a report when you shoot a deer and it's on the ground, you got to send the results into the FWC. Well, starting next year, they're going to do the same thing with the turkeys. You're going to have to report your turkey harvest to the FWC. And that way, they can keep up with it. I don't think it's necessary to try to keep people from, make sure everybody do the limit. I think they're really trying to get a bona fide look at the turkey population. So hopefully, we don't know what's causing all this, but it's just a situation we're getting into. All right, now I'm getting ready to let's see. I'm getting ready to show this video. I want to do a little every now and then, a couple times a month, maybe twice a month. I try to do a little flashback, and I was looking through some stuff last night. This goes way back to 2011 when Gail and I were able to go down to Boca Grande. It was one of my bucket lists to go tarpon fishing at Boca Grande. I know you can catch tarpon here, but I just want to go down there with one of those guys and just do it. So we did, and Gail shot. I hooked up with a big tarpon, and the captain. We became instant friends. He and his wife, and I did exactly the opposite of what you're supposed to. I was used to bass fishing. When I saw that tarpon, I went, whoa, like that. But what you're supposed to do is supposed to go, they use this term, bow to the king tarpon. When you get hooked, when you hook him, you sort of bow down, let him take it. And if I did just the opposite, and he couldn't believe I kept that hooked. And it took almost an hour, and Gail's battery went dead, so then at the end she just pulled out and started clicking pictures. So this is a slideshow, 4-minute slideshow of me catching one of my bucket list king tarpon. So we're going to watch this video, then we'll come back, we're going to do the drawing, and then we're going to do the fishing forecast, okay? So Jeff, let's go ahead and roll this. Okay, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that. Let's first thing, let's go ahead and do our drawing for Tarpon Dock Seafood. The first drawing, of course, will be a $20 gift certificate. That's going to be Dalton Carter from Wausau, right there. And then let's go ahead and do the Big Red Snapper from Tarpon Dock. And that's going to be from Caryville, Whitney, Outlaw. That's our two big winners. Let's get into the Friday fishing report. I've got a lot of stuff written down that I'm not going to go over, and I'll tell you why at the end. I won't be able to finish all of it. I do want to hit the highlights. Basically, I can do a lot of talking. Let me sort of go over instead of showing you. On near shore, of course, at cobia, there are not a lot of them out there, but like I say, like I showed you the other day, cobia, 80-pound was caught, and you know, it's a fish of a lifetime for a guy that's fished for cobia 50 years. Mahi, it's been a good week on mahi. Offshore, the wahoo is good. And amberjack the closure has been extended to September the 1st, so keep that in mind. Off the pier, you saw the big 44-pounder caught. The king mackerel are out there. Everybody was sort of disappointed in the size of the ones at Mexico Beach. They're not disappointed in catching them all, but a 27-pounder, usually they catch one a lot bigger than that. But there were a lot of kings out there, just not a lot of big ones. So king mackerel would be good offshore. Actually offshore on the wrecks, near shore, and also off the pier. Surf fishing, the whiting bite has been pretty strong this week, according over there in the western end of our viewing area. Good whiting catches. Also, the bull reds, they're going to be caught on a regular basis, so it's going to be a good situation catching bull reds. Also mentioning fishing under the bridges, the Tyndall Bridge, over in Choctahatchee and Hathaway Bridge, all the bridges with outgoing tide. We've gone over it before. A good outgoing tide tomorrow. Inshore, try to get much live bait as you can. So much out there, so live bait's good. Fish early. Also freshwater, the brim has been really good. The warmouth, you saw the pictures, and catfish has been really good. I want to end the show a little different today. I want to ask you. I just want to ask for your prayers for Whitney. Okay, I want to show you a picture of Whitney. Here she is right here. This is when I retired. I took our family up there to that's Monticello. Went to Washington, Monticello, and all kind of Jamestown, all over. But little Whitney, right there in the center. Okay. I'll tell you what happened. She was Whitney has type 1 diabetes. She got it when she was 16, and it's been tough on her. She's gone into a night before last. She called her mom. She was coming home from seeing Ashley. She went into basically a diabetic coma, and she was admitted to the Tupelo Hospital in critical condition. She was in ICU, and spent a night. And what happens when you get, if you have type 1 diabetes, you sort of understand it, have someone, but the organs in your body start shutting down. And fortunately, Wendy and Walter were able to run to go get her. She had to put off the road. They went and got her and took her to the hospital. They were able to get her some medical help right away. But it's going to be road to recovery is going to be strong. She's doing better this morning, but just ask for your prayers for Whitney, and continue. Y'all know the bubbly, outgoing young lady she is, so keep her in your prayers. Also, you know, it's been just cherish the time you have with your family and your friends every day. Every day is important. I know this outdoor show, but also it's about about us as humans and all, caring for each other, loving each other. I'm fortunate to have a wonderful family. I'm fortunate to have a wonderful viewing audience and great people around us, and I'm blessed to be able to do the things I do. So it's been a tough week this week on Panhandle Outdoors, with Bill Allen losing his mom and Whitney in critical condition, but we get through it with our faith, and that's what's kept me through it my whole life. We've had setbacks off and on our whole life, but our faith has kept us through. So I encourage you to keep your faith strong and take care of each other. Y'all have a great weekend. Enjoy the beautiful outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.